This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. One of the questions we were asked recently by a brilliant listener is, should a young person buy a house today? How do they assess that? And when we talk about buying a house, I mean house or condo or whatever it is. So the first thing I look at is, do you think you're going to be in that house or condo for a very long time or not? If you're going to be there for a short time, then depending on what the cost is of rent versus the cost of owning a place, you're probably better off renting for a couple of years until you assess where you really want to be longer term. In terms of the next thought on this, is a house or condo, is it an investment or is it a place to live? I think more and more of it is a place to live versus an investment. Now, the flip side is you're trying to pay for the place to live as smaller percentage of your total income as possible within reason. So in some markets, rents are so high that it may make more sense to buy. The flip side is with interest rates going up, that also leaves us in a spot where the cost of ownership is going up as well. So at the end of the day, I sort of start with not so much is this an investment or not, because ultimately it can be an investment, a very important investment, but are you going to be in a place for a long time or not? If you're not going to be there for a long time, I would rent. And then once you decide we're likely to be in this area for a long time, then I'd look more seriously at buying. And then you get much more into the details of the cost of buying versus the cost of renting and where you're going to be. Thank you for listening to this version of the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Again, the question is, should a young person buy a house or condo or not? Thank you for listening.